I thought I'd just do a really quick video blog today because today is the day that I actually got my HBOT chamber. It arrived at midday with an engineer who spent 2 hours here kind of constructing it, putting it together and training Chris and I on how to use it. So far it's been an incredible experience. The engineer who came up was amazing, answered all our questions, put all our fears at ease, and we were left at the end of it just feeling really empowered to use this and get on with it. I actually in the end went for a 1.5 soft shell lie down chamber. The reason for those choices basically I was really concerned about my capacity to sit for up to 90 minutes in a sit down chamber. I struggle badly with pain, and so we decided that we'd go for a lie down chamber so that I wasn't having pressure points as I sat in it. The shock with that is that the lie down chamber is absolutely huge. I'll just take a moment. I'll show you now actually what came. So this is the lie down chamber. I'm not sure whether you can really see just how huge it is, but it has taken half the room up. It is a seriously big bit of kit. I was slightly surprised at the size because when we measured it into the room, we hadn't taken account of all the metal framework that's on there as well. It really is huge, which is good when you're in it, right? Because you don't want to be in something really small and claustrophobic. It's got good windows in it, so you can kind of have a look out and see, and also Chris could check on me when I was in there. You see you've got all sorts of valves and pressure gauges in here. Give you a little look inside. You basically unzip it, and then inside you've got a lovely mattress and pillow and a screen. So yeah, it's a really smart piece of kit. With it came 2 electronic units. There's the control panel on it. I did opt for one with a control panel. You don't have to have all these gadgets and a screen, but for me, I found it really helpful, particularly when I did my first short dive in there, because I can see exactly what's going on. You know, you've got your atmospheric pressure, you've got your oxygen levels coming through the mask, you've got ambient oxygen, CO2, temperature, humidity, you've got what pressure you're at, and a timer on there, and all of that's inside as well. So this particular chamber can be controlled inside and out, and I just got real confidence having the screen in there and being able to see what was going on. So these 2 machines, one of them essentially takes all the oxygen out of the air, so it takes all the air, condenses the oxygen to about 96-97%, and then puts it through these tubes into the HBOT, and then it comes out through a mask. I was given the option of a kind of sort of like a cone that blows the oxygen in my face, or they also gave me a nose cannula and also a mask, but I opted to try this kind of, looks like a microphone really, that just puffs it into your face. The other piece of kit, you've got lots of tubes and wires and stuff, but the other piece of kit you've got basically is pressurizing this tube. So at the moment, it looks really saggy and not that big, but when that's pressurized, it grows massively and goes rock hard like a wall. My first experience in it has been really positive, actually. I was a bit concerned I'd be claustrophobic because particularly when it's collapsed like this, it feels quite small. But I was really relieved to say and to find that actually once it was inflated, I felt absolutely fine. The experience itself was interesting. Things I wasn't expecting were kind of how noisy it is inside, also how hot it is. The condenser actually ends up heating the air a little bit, so it was 22 in the room but 30 degrees inside the chamber. The engineer did say to me if that becomes too much, you can put a small aircon unit near it to lower that. So that was interesting. The experience itself, I will do a quick video from inside it, probably tomorrow, but was a really positive experience. I was really relaxed. The screen helped me because I felt confident and that I knew what was going on. The only kind of physical feeling I had was kind of a slight sort of prickling throughout my body, which I think was just the oxygenation. So that was really good. I felt really well. About half an hour afterwards, I felt like I had a bit of a hangover, which was interesting. Apparently that can happen. I was very thankful because I was planning to do kind of an hour and a half twice a day straight off. The engineer that came suggested I started at a very low atmospheric pressure and for a very short time and built up gradually. And I'm so thankful he told me to do that. I did 1.3 atmospheres for 10 minutes and ended up with what feels like a bit of a hangover. So I can only imagine if I'd done an hour at 1.5, I probably would have felt quite ill. Apparently that's quite common for Lyme patients. But the little nugget that I had been taught before this arrived was that if, as a Limey, you struggle kind of with what feels like an HBOT hangover, somebody advised me to try molecular hydrogen water. So thankfully I did purchase this before the HBOT arrived. Here is my molecular water flask, which is just making molecular hydrogen. And what that does is it just helps with the oxidative stress from being in the HBOT. So if you feel a bit wonky, or in my case, I felt a bit wonky and a bit hungover, that takes the edge off it. And this will be my second flask since I've been in. The first one definitely made me feel better. So overall, I would say it has been a phenomenally positive experience. Not quite what I expected, but I am just full of hope and excitement to see what this is going to do over the coming weeks and months. So I will keep you posted. Okay, I hope that's helpful. If you've got any questions, I may or may not be able to answer them, but pop them in the comment and I'll do my best in my next video. Okay, thanks.